I was at a funny crossroads with myself. I consider myself an active person. I like to do things and be on the go. But it was one particular day that my then 7-year-old went to give me a hug and put her arms around me and kind of chuckled and leaned back and said, "You know, Mom, I can't put my arms all the way around you." And I thought, wow, okay, kids are brutally honest. She didn't straight out call me fat, but it was enough to trigger something in my head that I knew it was time for me to do something. I wanted to be a part of something because I had played sports in school. I had always considered myself athletic. I felt like I grew up as a tomboy and did lots of sports and activities and whatnot, but I had lost a little bit of that after, high school and into college and then into married life and motherhood. And I just felt like I lost myself a little bit. I was a mother, I was a wife, I was somebody that was definitely a people pleaser and wanted to do for other people, but I kind of lost who I was and who I wanted to be in touch with. And it was just that one little sentence that kind of made something click, made something in my head go, okay, what are you doing? It's time for a change. I'm ready to do this, but I have to do this at my pace. I understand the process, I understand needing to be dedicated and focused, but I'm scared. I was, older, in my early 40s, and I didn't want to hurt myself. I still have children and a household that rely on me, and I thought it was the safest way to start. So I did. I started going to his classes. I started really wanting to learn more about the nutrition aspect and what my body was doing, what I was experiencing, why I was feeling the way I was feeling. And then I caught a wave. I caught a wave of energy and excitement because I started seeing results. It wasn't easy. There were days where I just thought, I am not doing this movement. I can't do it. It's hard. And it was definitely a challenge because I was being pushed to do something that I hadn't done in years. I was definitely out of my comfort zone, working out with people that I really didn't know that well. But it really didn't matter. We weren't competing against each other. The environment that Premier has established and really continued has been one of support, one of promoting of each other, and really allowing for us to be in our own little world. Yeah, you're in a class with 20 people, but you're not competing with each other for any part of the class. You really push for yourself. You really are self-driven. Here I am almost 3 years later, and I've changed a lot. I feel completely different, obviously. I've lost 50, 60 pounds. And I say 50, 60 because you gain muscle and your sizes shrink. But I went from probably a size 16 down to a 2. So for me, not ever having been a size 2, I still can't believe it. I still look in the mirror and go, oh gosh, But I think we tend to look at our flaws. We tend to look at the little bumps and the lumps and maybe are criticizing or harder on ourselves than we really should be. I do it all the time. I catch myself or I'm walking and I go, oh God, I feel that, but it's so much less than what it was. And I know that my body is where it's at because I've continued and I've struggled. I've had my moments where in the beginning, I would go to a party or a family gathering and I wanted to eat something that was maybe a healthier choice, and I would get criticized and people would say, oh, you're starving yourself. And it wasn't about that. It was about me learning to stand up, be an advocate for my health, help people understand that it was my choice. I didn't have to eat what other people put in front of me, that it was my body and I was doing what I wanted to do. I think I was finally taking control, and people, family, friends needed to understand that. It made it difficult, and then sometimes it made it easier because I thought, you know what, I'm gonna do this for me. I've had moments where I've maybe felt like I backslid a little bit, and I sometimes take a look at other members and I go, gosh, they're continuing, or I'm understanding how to reinvent what I'm doing, whether it's finding and reminding myself of my reason and my purpose, which primarily at the very beginning was because of my kids. It's hard as a mom and as a wife because, like I said, we put ourselves on the back burner and we kind of don't put our health and our lives as a priority. But I've learned to get through that, and I've learned that I am important. I am the one that kind of helps keep all of that together. And if I'm not healthy and I'm not 100%, then I can't do what I love, which is be with my family, be with my friends, do for them. Premier helped me establish a system, a routine, a mindset that really allows for me to know that it's okay to do those things. Premier has really helped me set that standard for myself. Set the bar kind of high. It's just something that I have had become a part of my lifestyle.